Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning, back at the auction yet again, and a typical Pennsylvania gloomy, depressing day. That never keeps us down. Let's look for some cars. See if we can find one to bring to the shop. Starting off with a 2023 Genesis G70. Certainly is different looking. I haven't been a fan of Genesis as of yet, but you never know. Could grow on me. Look at the diamond stitched interior and the red accent stitching. Obviously everything is going to work, and they normally pull the keys for these. You have to go in and ask for them. I guess understandably. I mean, I wouldn't, even if it's new like this, with only, what, 64 or 6,400 miles, I still would need to hear it run, make sure it goes back and forth, operate some stuff. But this is a gorgeous car inside and out. Looks like they had it for sale on a used car lot, trade-in maybe, for $43,000. Not sure what it's going to go for here. Keep an eye on it just to see. But this is a beautiful car. This here is one that's on the list. 07 Toyota Tundra. Some damage on the bumper here. Again, just like last time, when we're in the rain, you got to kind of look through the... What I look for is you could see crow's feet. You can see if the clear coat's failing. Anything else I can really take care of, like bumps and bruises. I don't like to see this, obviously. Rust anywhere. But we'll take a look and make sure there's no rust on the frame and underneath. This was definitely used. Well, somebody really sucks. I don't know who it is, but not a fan. Definitely used as a work truck. So what we want to do is take a look at the frame rails, especially at the joints. Scaling, which I've dealt with before. We just don't want to see anything through like that. All right, the frame rails themselves don't look too bad. This little stuff here can be fixed. Interior, well, it was a work truck, so you can imagine what the interior is going to be like. It's going to need a stitch job right there. Let me see. Well, the back window was broken out at one time, as you can see with all the glass down there. Could have been a theft recovery? I don't know. It's always fun to see what you run into at places like this. These are in it, so let's at least fire it up. 177,000, just broken in for a Toyota. Let me see. Really no, just besides the tire pressure indicator, no other lights. Four-wheel low. Four-wheel high. All right, let's get it down into a gear here. Okay, that took forever to get into gear, so I'm going to be passing on this one. This one took forever to get into drive and actually start to move. So that's why you got to come out here, folks. Seriously, the biggest lesson I learned is to come out, no matter what the weather is, cold, hot, rain, sleet, snow, and check out these vehicles in person, because through the pictures, this looked like a completely different condition than it's in. I'm not even going to look any further at this, even though I had this higher up on the list because of the possible transmission problems. So let's move on. There's a ton of cars here today. All right, here's another one that's growing on me. 2015, is it the QX80? QX80, just a glorified Nissan, but this is in decent shape. White in color pearl. Again, got to look through the raindrops, but not a whole lot of damage. Has 120 some thousand miles. 5.6 liter V8. 121. Take a look at the interior. Good shape, really dirty. Definitely needs to be detailed. That would make for great content. We can restore. This is really, let me fire this up. I hope this fires up. Now we got some kind of noise underneath there. 121,000. We'll see if that goes away. It's not happy about, there we go. Just wasn't happy because the door was open. I like the pattern on the dials there. Let's get a little bit of heat going. Just a little bit. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Let's turn that off. I'm not going to do the air conditioning because it is very cold and damp today. Drive goes right in. You have the traction control on a dial here. That is really cool. So let me see here. Camera, look at that. Different views from the camera. Change view. Change view. Let's pop the hood and take a look underneath. Yeah, 5.6 liter V8. Duralast. Let's take a look. Has it been taken care of? Dipstick doesn't look like it's burnt anywhere. I've seen much worse. All right, let's take a look. I'm not going to be able to look at the back hatch. Have all your mats under here. Third row seating. Power seats to go forward. This one here. And you could do the same thing with that seat right there if you're sitting back here and you need to get the hell out. How about a 2015 Honda Pilot? Again, got to look through the raindrops, no crow's feet, just little stuff like that, no big deal. There's going to be boo-boos on the corner. Four-wheel drive. Not a great day to be laying on the ground looking up. 3.5 liter VTEC. Ooh, VTEC. What are we looking at? 150,000 miles, just broken in. Definitely needs to be cleaned. Nothing really torn. Yeah, I mean, everything's in one piece here. Let's just see if it starts. Oh, dead. Well, lucky for us, we have the J-Star 8 Utri, however the hell you want to say that. Junior here is going to give us a jump. Not the easiest one to get to, but there's plenty of some space. Go ahead, click it on there.
On the end right there?
Yeah. And then the other one over here. That should do it. Coming to life. Coming to life. 150,725. There, we got it started. What lights greet us here? No engine light. No, not bad. Instantly greeted with heat. Enter code. Oh, okay, you need a code because the battery's been dead. I should have known that. Right into reverse. Right into drive. This one's going to go on the list. Not bad. Well, we didn't get the top few that I had on my list that I was really looking forward to. I did extensive research, and I favored some things I've not experienced or had. However, walking out the door, we did come upon the bay that had a vehicle going through that Junior and I had broke out the battery jump start unit for, and it started up, and the mileage was there for the year, and sounded really good, sounded healthy. But when you unhooked the jumper cable, you just couldn't start it back up again. So if you didn't have a jump pack, you are not able to start the vehicles, and that shies a lot of potential buyers away, and understandably. So when I saw this coming through up on the screen, I stopped, and the bidding stopped at $6,500. So I put a bid in $6,600, and we won. I did research on it, and the vehicle with that type of mileage can get anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000, and it is actually my first Honda I've ever had as a vehicle. I've had Honda three-wheelers, I've had Honda toys, but never a Honda car or truck. And it is this Honda Pilot here. And the next video on the Pilot, I'll show you everything that we can do to it. There's a lot of cool situations where I can show you how I tackle things with real deep scratches and gouges down to the material, clear coat burnt or missing. And yeah, I'm excited to tackle those areas for you on these test vehicles, turn them around, and they're really going to be in great shape. This is an excellent foundation. But the way I found this reminded me of something I want to show you, that if you do this for fun or want to start doing it for a living and start going to auto auctions, and there are plenty of auctions where the general public can get in, some things you may want to take with you. So let me show you. All of the items I'm going to show you here, my friends, are in a duffel bag, a small duffel bag that I'm allowed to carry in. And some of these items I can't take in every single place I go, but this one, pretty much every place I go, you could take a jump pack. This here is an Utri J-Star 8. We've been using it all day long, still at 90%. Now these things do degrade over time, but all you do is pull it out of the bag, plug in, it'll give you the green blinking light. Now, the only problem is these are short, so if it's a real tight area, like the Pilot had here, and I'll show you in this video what we had to do to get to it, it could be a little bit cumbersome and problematic. But this thing worked great and will start everything in the lot. Cars, trucks, everything. So this is a must-have. The second item in my little duffel bag is the OBD2 sensor. I have the Zurich ZR15S. I did a video on it. Not every auction, however, I can take this into. I can't take it into Copart. I can take it into the carriage trade. I can't take it into Lebanon. So next time we get the carriage trade and I have one that has a check engine light, we'll hook this up. Every time I've been to carriage trade with to record, it's been raining and I don't want to get the equipment wet, so I'm doing it inside the car with the door closed. That doesn't leave a lot of room for recording video. But this is a must to see if anything was cleared, if any codes were cleared, or to check out what existing codes are. A must-have. This one here is Captain Obvious. I take this to every car purchase. This is a paint depth gauge, the paint depth gauge that I have in a ton of my videos, and it's still going strong. This one was 130 at the time, and it's not the most accurate, elaborate system out there, but once you learn how to use it, utilize it, you could take it anywhere and gain a lot of knowledge. The paint and the finish on a vehicle, this will tell you the story. Has there been a repaint? Has there been a repair? Has somebody polished the living crap out of your finish and not left a lot of clear? So this is important to bring along as well. And in addition, I also want to look underneath vehicles, guys, and check out the frame, subframe, unibody, all the important structures underneath the vehicle. And this light here, it's very strong. And it has a laser pointer as well, so if I have somebody with, I can point up where you can't reach your arm and collaborate with whoever I have with. And this is a very great tool to have with when you're browsing the auction lot. This probably will not be very easy to show you, but I have an app on my phone called Bumper. And once you pull up the app, you can enter a VIN number or take a picture and scan the barcode of a VIN number and then press search. And I don't think I have one saved here. No, I don't have any saved, but if you hit the search button, it will give you all the information on this car. How many owners? It will give you, so all right, so let's look at one that I was searching earlier. It'll give you a monitor report, possible photos, vehicle specs. Sorry for the reflection on the screen here. I'm trying to get rid of that. Theft records, recalls, warranties, maintenance. Market value is incredible because you could scroll down and it gives you wholesale and retail prices and wholesale prices that are above market or below market. So this is very helpful. And I really do recommend having something similar to this. There are many tools out there that are available to dealers or the public alike, and it really is a great guide and helps you out. That will do it, good friends. The shop manager is tired. She's had a long day. She comes to every one of these auctions with us. And the next video I have out, I will give you a close-up and give you some details about this Pilot here, how many miles it has, profit that can be made, the problems that it has. It has plenty, so we'll get a ton of cool footage inside and out. Some very slight mechanical work needs to be done. Overall, the ride is surprising because I've never had a Honda SUV. I always thought they would be tingy and light. This one's got some weight and really absorbs some bumps and has a nice smooth ride. So Brian from Apex, Auction Car Reconditioning. I'll catch you in the next video.